This is how we ride. This is how we do.
Well, you're here racing Knoxville weekly, and some people are a little shocked that you're here in this car. Is this an all-year situation?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, that's the main plan, is to run with Guy, and don't really have a set schedule, just I don't know, just week by week, but sometimes it's sprint car racing, like that's the way it is. So just try to be quick with Guy and get some good runs in and stay in one pace, and then see what happens.
When it comes to running here weekly and you are on the level that you are, American racing, the 29 car, a lot of people remember, you in the prime of the national scene. Is it a situation where you're aiming at Knoxville Nationals to perform? I mean, that's what people think. That's what people think. The reason you run Knoxville weekly is to get ready for nationals.
You'd say that, but the Knoxville Nationals is such a different track that kind of sometimes all the guys that do too many laps here, it screws them up, because the way the format is and the straights are so slick for a local race. Then you get to the Knoxville Nationals and they go juice it up, and so it's almost a different animal. But laps is a good thing, and obviously if you're not on the Outlaws and then running a bit here weekly is a lot of fun.
Well, and you obviously have outlaw performing ability. That's not a problem. Here weekly though, you're going to get a lot of knowledge that you may not have had before.
Yeah, and it's always tough. Like at the end of the day, if you're going to Grove for the weekly, I mean, if you're out in PA for weekly stuff, it's hard to win, and here's hard to win on a weekly level. And
but you do have an advantage when the Outlaws come to your playpen. A little bit. The PA guys would argue that for sure.
Yeah, but like dirt track racing is just so different every time that, when they have a weekly format, you get a little used to setting your car, and then anytime they throw a wrench in the works, like a different format, like the Outlaws or the Nationals, really changes things up. So you always got to have that in the back of your mind, that you can't just sit there like, oh, we got this, we think we know what you're doing, and all of a sudden you go out there and it's heavy and you're too tight. So just got to sort of been there and done it. So just take all that into consideration.
Well, the Nationals is a different format than even the Outlaws are used to. Is that a good thing? I mean, some people who are used to just qualify, run up front, they don't really like it. But it does add a, I don't want to say late model feel, but kind of does add a late model feel. They got all different types of formats over there, and they pay a lot of money to make those drivers really race for it. You got to really race for it at the Nationals.
At the end of the day, there's so many different formats around the world that it seems like sometimes if you've got a fast race car, it doesn't matter. But, the truck guys all talk, and everyone talks, and a lot of fast guys right now, so you just got to, I don't know, it's not the end of the world if you have a bad night, but
the qualifying night is everything.
It is, but it's really, I mean, if you can qualify in the top 3 or 4, then it's a little easier, because you don't have to try and kill yourself in the heat. You can be on the front of the B, you're going to get good points, and you're going to be where you need to be for the A, but sometimes you're in that little middle, you don't qualify the top 3 or 4, then you're going to have to work.
Well, and then if you don't do good on your qualifying night overall, I mean, we've seen Larson pull the McDonald's wrap off the car. I mean, if you don't do well on that opening night, you might as well load up, I mean, in a way.
Yeah, we did last year. We were like last to qualify, and the track slowed down like 6-7 tenths, and we went qualify like dog. So,
dog shit. You could say shit on my stuff.
Come back the next night, ran second, and started 15th in the A main. So it was kind of nice.
Well, it did make up for itself. And well, that's the deal with the Nationals format, is it seems like it gives the little guy a little bit of a chance to perform. You do get some, not little guy, but oddball names.
I feel like sometimes when you get over 30 or 40 cars, it's kind of hard to have a fair format. So it just is what it is, Sometimes you have a good year, sometimes you have a bad one. Just try to be fast and, just don't get too down on yourself if it doesn't quite work out.
Does the outlaw format kind of get people conditioned to the fastest guys just being up front and running there?
Yeah, I think so, but even, I love the outlaw format when qualifying good, but
when you qualify bad.
I feel like the heat races have got a little stale, so
yeah,
probably
exactly.
time to mix it up a little bit, I think.
Well, and that's what the Nationals does, technically.
Yeah, I mean, like Knoxville does really good on their weekly stuff, so if you qualify good, they end at 6 or whatever they do.
Kind of like all-stars.
You don't have to kill yourself, it's in points, and at least it puts we're racing in the heat races, so, it might be time to mix it up a bit, what I mean? if it doesn't work out, you can always go back. But when I watch, if I'm not racing and watching, I don't even watch the 8 races anymore.
So you're going to be in the 5 car all the way until you win Knoxville Nationals.
Racing,
you're going to be there until you win Knoxville, and then you're going to retire. You're going to retire, right?
I know I'll be in it next week. So it's sprint car racing.
Oh, come on! But you did really well tonight. So
yeah, no, I mean, when I raced with Guy before, we've always been quick. So I thought it was sort of tough to sit in the sidelines for a bit, but I felt like we get in this car that would be a chance would be really quick.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Is that all you got to say?
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to comment on? American politics, transgender, Bud Light?
I'm smarter than that.
All right. Thank you.
This is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. Life in the bright lights with no shade. So